It is Sunday, the 13th of May, 2013. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I'm just in the middle of a Mother's Day protest against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse. Oh, it looks like they might be getting out the hose to erase my slogans. Let's see what's going on here. It could be just to water the flowers, but it looks like they're heading towards my chalk slogans. And this could be very interesting if this woman is in fact intending to erase my chalk slogans. I hope you're just watering the flowers. It wouldn't be a good idea to erase my chalk slogans, which say, by the way, Unitarian mothers cover up child abuse. So it could be that this Montreal Unitarian woman is in the process, looks very much like it, of erasing my chalk slogan. Oh yes, she is. Look, this Unitarian Universalist woman, who may be a mother, is erasing my chalk slogan, which says Unitarian mothers cover up child abuse. So what better way to illustrate my point than to erase my chalk slogan, which says Unitarian Universalist mothers cover up child abuse. I mean, she's covering up the fact that Unitarian Universalist mothers cover up child abuse by erasing my chalk slogan. Congratulations, hypocrisy doesn't get much better than that. So that one's erased. Looks like she's heading for the other one now. So this Unitarian Universalist woman, who may or may not be a mother, is trying to erase my other slogan here. She's basically, oh, this is great. This doesn't get better. Hang on, hang on. This is hilarious. The Unitarian Church of Montreal's mission statement is hilarious. You know, as a spiritual community, we welcome and nurture, we inspire and challenge, and we take action in the world. Well, this woman is taking action in the world by erasing my chalk slogan, which protests against the fact that Unitarian Universalist mothers, to say nothing of Unitarian Universalist fathers, cover up child abuse of all kinds. So the hypocrisy cannot be more palpable than that. So here she is going back into church. Mother's Day 2018 at the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I couldn't have asked for better illustration of my point than this woman coming out of the church and erasing my chalk slogans, which protest against the fact that Unitarian Universalist mothers, at least some of them, at least I'd say a significant majority percentage of them, do in fact cover up and otherwise conceal child abuse, including child sex abuse of the worst kind. So here, two of my chalk slogans, completely erased with a hose by a Montreal Unitarian woman who may or may not be a mother, and the slogans, which no longer exist, which can no longer be read, did in fact say Unitarian mothers cover up child abuse. I honestly could not ask for better validation of my protest than that. Although there is better validation, but in terms of video of my protest here at the Unitarian Church of Montreal, really couldn't have been better. I mean, they could have sent out a man to erase my chalk slogans, but no, they sent out a woman to erase my chalk slogans. Well, there's still one left. We'll walk down to the chalk slogan that she didn't erase. But yeah, I just love getting this stuff on video. It just proves my point about how Unitarian Universalists do in fact cover up and deny and try to conceal, you know, all kinds of clergy abuse and so on. But certainly, you know, a subset of the things that Unitarian mothers, to say nothing of Unitarian fathers, and of course, you know, non-parents, do in fact cover up. You know, one of the things they do in fact cover up is child abuse of all kinds. So, and I'm not saying they all do it, there are the exceptions to the rule, but the rule does seem to be to cover up and even outright deny abuse of children, including egregious sexual abuse of children, or what the Unitarian Universalist Association's Canadian attorney, Maître Marc-André Coulombe, describes as such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. So yeah, I just love it when this kind of idiocy happens. You know, when I'm protesting against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse cover-up with chalk slogans, and Montreal Unitarians come out and erase those chalk slogans to hide the truth from the public. So they're only helping me prove my point. Believe me, this is going to be classic Unitarian Church of Montreal YouTube video footage later today after I've completed my protest. So yeah, I couldn't ask for better than that. And I think I may actually rewrite my chalk slogans, at least one of them, on the sidewalk here, the main traffic point. But yeah, I just love it how these totally clueless people only prove my point when they erase my chalk slogans. So, oh, Nancy Lorimer, the Gazette staffer who probably wielded her influence in the Gazette to help make sure that the Gazette never reported this story properly in any case. Yes, Nancy Lorimer is one of the Unitarian Universalist women, one of the Montreal Unitarians who is or was a employee of the Gazette, Montreal's only English language daily, which never at any time properly reported on my protest against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse outside the Unitarian Church of Montreal. Au contraire, the Gazette repeatedly refused to report newsworthy stories arising out of my protest here, including refusing to report on the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association hired Stikeman Elliott barristers and solicitors litigation lawyer Maître Marc-André Coulombe to falsely accuse me of violating Canada's blasphemy law in Unitarian Universalist Association legal bullying in June of 2012. Yes, these picket signs refer to that. So this was brought to the attention of the Gazette on numerous occasions, starting fairly early on. What?
I said yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm narrating, but
Yes.
but anyway, yeah, I'm protesting against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse and cover-up of clergy abuse.
Okay.
And today the special theme is how Unitarian Universalist mothers help Unitarian Universalist Church cover up child sex abuse, or child abuse more generally.
Oh.
So I figured Mother's Day theme, you know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to the Unitarian Church today for the very first time.
Right.
All right. So
Right.
I'm going to see what's going on.
Right. Well, I'm not talking about just the church locally, I'm talking about the larger Unitarian Universalist religious community.
Like the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh yeah, they're basically, in some ways they're even worse in terms of the cover-up. They're actually more successful with the cover-up efforts than the Catholic churches.
Where do you get your information from?
Well, amongst other things, you're talking to someone who was served with a cease and desist demand letter that falsely accused him of violating Canada's blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to conceal pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers.
Yes.
So I've never heard of the Catholic Church accusing anyone of blasphemy in their efforts to hide clergy abuse.
Okay.
So,
yes, but where do you get the information that this is happening?
Amongst other things, newspaper reports about Unitarian Universalists who've been charged, tried, and convicted of pedophilia and rape and child porn and so on.
Okay.
So yeah, it's public. Not all of it's public. I mean, there is a cover-up, quite a successful cover-up. So I'd say the majority of the cases aren't known to the public, but some, in cases where people were charged and brought to trial, these cases are known to the public because they were reported in newspapers and so on.
Okay.
So there's a certain number of those.
All right.
But for every one of those, you can be sure there are others that are not reported publicly.
All right. So people who came before the judge, they were sent to prison.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The ones I know about were charged, tried, convicted, and spent time in jail. Some of them are still in jail right now.
Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you very much.
But you're welcome. Yeah. So this was a newcomer to the Unitarian Church of Montreal. Someone who clearly said, "Oh, look who's here! It's Mother's Day! It's Mother's Day!" Oh, I had to. Oh, look! Check this out. They erased my chalk slogans that say Unitarian mothers cover up child abuse, and it was a woman who did it. They could have sent out a man, but no. They sent out a woman, maybe a mother, to erase my chalk slogans, which protest against Unitarian Universalist mothers covering up child abuse. It really doesn't get better than that. I'm having so much fun today. And I just had a nice chat with her. That woman I was speaking with, it's her first time here, so she got she got the basic information about cover-up of child abuse and so on. So what brings you here? You just happen to be in the neighborhood, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't specifically come to pay me a visit?
Well, my main the reason why I'm here was my main reason.
So to see if okay, that's good. That's good. We'll go have a coffee soon. I'm going to protest till about 11, and then we'll have a coffee, and then I'll decide whether I want to come back.
Okay, good to you.
So
Sunday morning.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was a bit cool earlier. In fact, I'm a bit overdressed, as are you. Excellent, excellent. Doesn't get better than being accused of blasphemy in the 21st century.
Yeah, what's going on with this?
Well, amongst other things, the head office in Boston, the Unitarian Universalist Association, in 2012, they hired a Canadian lawyer to accuse me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel. We actually have an anti-blasphemy law in the Canadian Criminal Code.
Right.
Here's the exact words from the letter. Your unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape are defamatory. And then he went on to say they're so defamatory that they constitute blasphemous libel, blaspheming against. The only problem is he got one thing wrong, the unfounded part.
Right.
And by the way, by accusing me of violating Canada's blasphemy law, because I'm criticizing pedophilia and rape, he essentially unwittingly said Unitarian Universalists consider pedophilia and rape to be sacred and holy. I pointed that out to him in one of my responses. Yeah, I'm celebrating Mother's Day. Check, you can see the slogan down the end there. Catch you later. Nice talking to you. Oh yeah, it's a wonderful day. A wonderful Mother's Day at the Unitarian Church of Montreal. Doesn't get better than this. So this is almost as good as 2013 when those two SPVM police officers came by. Oh, and it's still recording. I wasn't sure. So we got 3 Montreal Unitarians walking their bikes here. But yeah, like we're gonna just do a little bit of francophone narrative here. Notre communauté spirituelle accueille et nourrit, inspire et stimule. Ensemble, nous agissons dans le monde. Ça veut dire que, entre autres façons, dans lesquelles les Unitariennes montréalais agissent dans le monde, c'est de effacer mes slogans qui protestent contre le fait que les pasteurs unitariens universalistes, les Sunday school teachers unitariens universalistes sont coupables, pas tout, mais un certain nombre sont coupables d'abus des enfants et même abus sexuels des enfants, même les crimes comme la pédophilie et la viol. Alors, tantôt, une femme unitarienne montréalaise est sortie de l'église et elle a effacé mes slogans ancrés qui disaient, ou qui dit en anglais, Unitarian Mothers Cover Up Child Abuse. Ça veut dire les mères unitariennes cachent l'abus des enfants. Et ça inclut l'abus sexuel des enfants, ça inclut les crimes comme la pédophilie et la viol, etc. Alors, je note que mon sensor est en train de overheater, surchauffer. Et alors, ça veut dire que la vidéo va cesser bientôt, mais j'ai voulu juste parler de ça. Et ça, c'est le mission statement de l'Église unitarienne de Montréal. Ça, c'est leur... je ne sais pas le mot français, mais c'est comme leur OK, honnêtement, je ne connais pas le mot. You know what the French word for mission statement is? Anyway.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, c'est ça. So anyhow, so yeah, this is the French version of the Unitarian Church of Montreal's mission statement. And in English it says, our spiritual community welcomes and nourishes, inspires and stimulates, and together we take action in the world. That's a translation of the French, which may not correspond exactly with the English version, which we'll have a look at. It's just on the other side here. We'll just come around and have a look at the English version, as the Unitarian Church says. As a spiritual community, we welcome and nurture. We inspire and challenge. We take action in the world. And indeed, I've pointed out in the past how this is totally lacking in moral and ethical content. You know, the actions that Montreal Unitarians take in the world, some of them can be properly described as immoral and unethical, borderline criminal, and even actually criminal. And one of the immoral and unethical actions that Montreal Unitarians take in the world is erasing my chalk slogans, which protest against various Unitarian Universalist injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy. But today specifically said Unitarian mothers cover up child abuse. Since it is Mother's Day and we wanted a Mother's Day subject, that's it for now.